What's going on YouTube? This is your boy AshTheMan. Thank you for tuning in. So we're going to be talking about the Rising of the Shield Hero, episode 24, The Guardians of Another World. Now, if you was familiar with episode 23, the way that they was able to go to the island of Komori, was able to go to different level enough spots where enemies actually leveled them up a little bit more. They was able to find a dragon glass underneath the ocean, in which initialized in 48 hours there was going to be a chaos wave hitting that area. So them find a second chaos wave in a different nation is actually pretty damn good. So everybody rose to action. Shield Hero was able to use the teleportation skill, which now he's able to start using. So thumbs up to Naofumi. But now he was able to inform the queen. In 48 hours, he was impressive to get all the soldiers that she did, so they can round them up, so they can go ahead and get started with battling this chaos wave. Now the way that this started is that they was taking out the little enemies, which the soldiers was able to take out a lot of the fishermen that was approaching the boat, jumping out the water, and all that good jazz. Now the strategy here was that Naofumi was supposed to distract the main foe while everybody else attacked, which the other heroes doesn't seem to really be much importance because their attacks really didn't do anything. The guy Lanark ability was able to do a lot of damage to him. With Philo was able to do a lot of damage to him also, which is kind of interesting. So that's kind of crazy that the other three heroes is really not doing much damage. Now you get to see Aladrate was able to do a little bit damage too, and killing blows happen, and you get to see Retaliate throw a spear at the monster. But however, it went down. And let's not forget that Milty almost got captured and Lanark had to save her. So that was kind of crazy. So that concluded the Chaos Wave fight, which it was intense in a certain way, in which that it already came down from like 4 people actually doing damage, and the other heroes pretty much just looked at like kind of like this, hey look, you guys is here, in other words. But as they approached to reap the rewards or whatever, and the Naofumi was going to make us, and pretty much advice that, hey look, Lanark took out, did the most damage out of all of us, he deserves to reap the rewards first. But Lanark pretty much made a laughing stock of the other heroes and even put paws on them, and couldn't find out his true intentions is to kill the heroes because he's from a different world, him and Aladrate. And that's kind of crazy, They was working together, and they kind of found out that they was from a different world, which is crazy, but at the same time, it was kind of predictable because they just showed out strangers and they strong as shit. Why the heck they would need the heroes if these guys is in the same kingdom? Get me? So yeah. Now, as this fight commenced between Lanark and Aladrate versus Naofumi and his party, it was a good fight. Yo, I was sitting there like, he's blocking this, he's taking damage. Lanark doing this, he taking damage. Aladrate showing her magic. It was good. And I honestly gotta say that Naofumi was holding his own, showing that he was able to withstand anything that was going on. Now, as the fight continues, Lanark giving his secrets, Naofumi threw out, a little mind game statement. They was able to get the upper hand for a second until someone makes an appearance, and that was old girl Glassy. Yes, Glassy from the last wave, where she has these blade fans, which is pretty nasty. Now, she was able to approach, throw a couple of attacks in, and Naofumi to confirm that he wasn't really going that serious, which had Lanark kind of surprised, like, what you mean he's not serious? I'm throwing my best thing out here. So it seems like Naofumi has the upper hand, which is definitely a great thing. And that's where the episode ends. It was a really good episode, not only just because we got to see a chaos wave going in, but at the conclusion of the chaos waves, one was fighting as allies, are now fighting as bitter enemies, in which the queen announced that Lanark and Aladrate is pretty much enemies of the state. So definitely we got to get more dive into the story, and I'm pretty sure next episode is going to go more in depth into this. Got to get a little bit more emotional, to kind of like give us more information to go on about the other world and things like that. So not only do they have to worry about the waves, they have to worry about enemies of a different world. And I mean, Glassy did present that way before this episode, but now we know it's just not just her. It could be more. So yeah. But thank you guys for definitely tuning in. Again, great episode. I love it, and hopefully we get to get more, because not only was this action, it was information and things that presented as new threats. So we got a lot going on in this episode. So yeah, again, thank you for tuning in. Like, subscribe, and leave a comment at the bottom. Until then, AshTheMan is out. Peace.